Sri Lanka, Ceylon, doesn't matter which one. Its splendor just lingers the same. It's got everything that beauty can bring. A paradise it still remains. No matter wherever else I might go, and how nice most places have seemed, it's my special island. I'm sure you will find that it's everything you ever dreamed.
The day we visited Anudapriya coincided with a major Buddhist festival, so we had to compete with more than a few locals on our visit to the Thuparama Dagoba. After visiting the shrine, the locals picnicked on the grass outside, and local tradesmen were not slow to take advantage of all those potential customers. Sri Lanka has long been famous for its tea, which is grown in the hill country in the centre of the island. So we had to take a train. While the train plods steadily upwards, the road linking the towns and villages has to take a slightly more circuitous route. The train stops frequently, and although many of its passengers are tourists, the railway is clearly an essential link for local people. As we gain altitude, we begin to see the vast tea plantations that cling to the steep hillsides, and wonder at the sure-footed women that spend their days picking the tender shoots that will eventually make their way into our teapots. The train finally reaches the hilltop town of Nuwara Elia, where we see the tea being processed. After drying, it is first shredded and then sieved to remove unwanted debris. The final grinding process delivers the finished tea into different coloured crates, depending on its type and quality. All it needs now is some hot water. As we travel the country, we come across a wide variety of wildlife. Here we find a huge flock of fruit bats hanging upside down in the trees. There are many endangered species, and on this sandy beach, unsuspecting sea turtles come ashore and lay their eggs, unaware of the predators that will eat them well before they have had time to hatch. At the Cascoda Turtle Sanctuary, volunteers gather the eggs from the beach every day and rebury them in their own secure area and wait for them to hatch. In the safe surroundings, they are able to grow quickly until they are large enough to be released back into the sea. Happily, they seem to be able to coexist with the tourists without any problems. These ruins date back to before the birth of Christ and are the remains of the island's first capital city. Some essential restoration is being carried out for safety reasons, but most is left in a state of glorious decay. Buddhism is the overriding religion of the country, and in Kandy, the major draw is this temple, which is alleged to hold a relic of one of Buddha's teeth. The tooth is never actually seen, but kept securely in a series of caskets, which locals treat with due reverence. Flower offerings are an important part of Buddhist culture. It is said that it reminds them that everything in the world is temporary, just as the fragility and beauty of the flowers. Dambulla is the location of a series of cave temples which contain more than 150 images of Buddha. A very impressive sight, but by the end of it, most tourists are Buddha'd out.
I'm getting jackets in the way.
There we go. Who's next?
Health and safety says I can undo my life jacket so I can have a drink.
The Lion Rock at Sijagira is a World Heritage Site, situated in Pleasant Gardens, which are alleged to be the oldest landscape gardens in the world. The climb to the top is not for the faint-hearted, with over 1,200 uneven steps and at times pretty precarious. Once on the top, however, the view is stunning, and you can only wonder whose job it was to carry all those bricks up all those steps. One of the remaining relics of colonial rule is the Sri Lankans' love of cricket. Sri Lanka is certainly a world apart from mainland India. It's a very welcoming green island, and the stunning colours of the Royal Botanical Gardens in Kandy justify its reputation as a pearl set in the Indian Ocean.